All right, Edward Carbajal here once again for MyMMAnews.com, speaking with Shawne Merriman of Lights Out Xtreme Fighting, who has another event coming up this week. I'm sorry, this month. I'm just wondering why aren't our banners showing on the bottom here? Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
But but yeah. I have a couple questions I want to ask you because obviously I watched the last event, and there we go. I watched the last event and Lights Out Extreme Fighting. It was the first one back after everything that happened on Fubo Sports. I know you tweeted out the numbers yesterday. You had over 200,000 people watch it.
209, yeah.
209. I mean, it's great numbers. Great platform. I did the live results for that event on mymmanews.com. Watched it from start to finish. I thought the pacing was great. The fights were fantastic. I mean, what was before we talk about the next one? I just wanted to know your review of how everything went after having to pause everything.
It was great, man. I think that it's funny that everybody there has been in the industry for so long, has been around doing whether it's production, the matchmaking. Everybody's been around for a long time, but everybody had this nervous kind of feeling coming out of the first time out of pandemic. And you always worry a little bit about we get a fight or leading up to the fight, if everybody come in healthy, if you're gonna have some injuries or have to scratch a fight or whatever it is, guy not make weight. I mean, just anything crazy, the normal stuff that goes on in the fight game. And everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. We sold out. If you can tell on the broadcast, we were packed wall to wall in there. And we turned away about 350 or 400 people at the door. So at some point we'll probably have to go to a bigger venue, but it was, all in all, man, it was fantastic to be back the way we were.
So was there anything like you said, coming back, everybody was kind of like had that weird shakiness, but I mean, was there anything that did the night go without a hitch? I mean, were you nervous? I know they brought you on camera for a little bit, but I was trying to read you and I was like, I don't know if he's like worried about anything else happening, or because I know they had to mix up the lineup a little bit, but I mean, you still had all the fights that were scheduled.
Yeah, we had something wild happen early on. A guy couldn't find his gloves, and we had to report back into the truck that we were moving on to the next fight until the guy found his gloves. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that happen. Not in the professional level anyway. So that was kind of a hiccup early on. I think it was the first or second fight coming out.
Yeah.
After that, we were pretty much smooth sailing. And being live on Fubo Sports for the first time, we were. Another thing is nerve-wracking, right? For us, we haven't been live, but we have a experienced crew, experienced production team, and guys who've been at this for a very long time. So of course, me, I'm always going to be a little bit nervous every single fight that I want things to go perfect. But all in all, it was all a great event.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, just FYI, so you don't. I mean, you said you haven't seen anything like that. It's actually happened quite a few times. Actually, I think something happened just last weekend's UFC. A guy walked in right up to the cage, and he didn't have a cup. So,
Really?
Yeah. So
okay, then I don't feel that bad. Then I was like, I haven't seen anything like that before.
Oh yeah, there's been scrambling for mouthpieces. Like guys walk right into the thing, and they're like, "Well, where's your mouthpiece?" And so stuff's happened before. So don't feel too bad about it. But I mean, the only reason I'm laughing about it now is because I'm looking at my next question. I mean, I told you the last time it's football season. We'd be remiss if we didn't discuss a little bit of football. I told you last time I'm not like a big football fan, but obviously I'm following you. I told you I know more about you from the fight business than I do about your football history. But watching you troll the Raiders has been hilarious for me, especially because my brother's a Raiders fan. So when you did the thing in front of the Halloween store, I just found that super, super funny. Can you just talk about where that's all coming from?
Well, look, just like your brother, right? The Raiders fans, they're strong. I mean, especially on social media, you see them all talking, and they have a rabid fan base. So me, I'm always like, I'm going to go at the biggest and strongest fan base and the biggest rivalry for us, which was always the Raiders. And it's kind of crazy. You can say other things about other teams, fan bases, and they don't get that upset. I think Cowboys are probably the next in line. If you say something about the Cowboys, you can kind of get lit up on social media. But 100%, you say something about the Raiders, and they're going to go off. So for me, that's going to be a rivalry until I'm on this earth. I was kind of taught by Marty Schottenheimer a long time ago that it's Raiders. It's just this disdain hate that's there between the two organizations and the two fan bases. And then me being at the game and seeing them lose live and seeing all the sad face. I mean, I'm walking out of there smiling from ear to ear because, I've been talking trash all week on social media. And I'm like, these guys, Chargers better go out there and handle business. And they did.
Yeah. That was good to see. But the going back to that type of energy, the energy from the fans at the last event, you had a lot of like, I mean, that was a pretty charged up room that the last event was in. And I know you're going to, it's not the same venue, right? You're in Burbank for LXF6.
Yeah, we're in Burbank. The last event was in Commerce, but we're in Burbank this fight. Then we follow it right up with Resorts World November 19th here in Las Vegas. So that's a major one. That's a big one for us. And we really can't wait. I mean, this fight here is going to be phenomenal. We got 3 titles on the line. Albert Morales, who's our current champion, was fighting Henry. These guys are going to just go. These guys are going to literally go at it. I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat all night to see that fight.
Yeah, I mean, so you actually took one of my upcoming questions. The fights that you're most looking forward to are the title fights.
Yeah, no question about it. It's just the mood in the room changes when the title's on the line. Guys are less careless and very, very technical, and the whole mood changes in the room. Of course, all the fights are great. You're going to have those fights that no one expects. It's going to be on the undercard. Some guy that's going to pop out you really wasn't paying attention to like that. You're saying, "Oh crap, let me keep my eyes on this guy." So we're going to have probably one of those fights. But those title fights on the 30th are going to be major.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about the last event, I mean, so you had the main event. Eric Gonzalez won. He just got tapped to go to the UFC. I think that was announced like yesterday or day before.
Yeah, I think he fights October 16th. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's got to be a good feeling for you. And I mean, it looks good for Lights Out too. I mean, the guys that are on there are obviously getting pulled by the top promotion in the world. But did you know he was going to do the proposal thing at the main event?
No, I was actually caught off guard. And I seen a bunch of stuff in the cage and whatnot, but I think that was my first one. I've seen proposals at football games and basketball games, but I've never seen one in the cage, which is pretty cool. And good luck to him. We would like to keep our guys, but when you have an opportunity like that to fight for an organization like the UFC, me being a former athlete, I'll tell any guy, say, look, go and take your opportunity. Yeah. Hell, make us look good too at that. So
yeah. No, that's why I asked about it. I mean, recently just came up that he got the call. He's going against a guy from out here in Jersey, Jim Miller. So that's definitely a fight to look forward to. But so the other question that you kind of stole from me was the Vegas day. I saw you mention that in another interview. I think it was with Fox Sports that you were talking about Lights Out and the Resorts World. Was that originally supposed to be for this event and you had to reschedule, or was it always for November?
Yeah, it was always for November. We were trying to, because you get around that Thanksgiving holiday and people leave town and coming in and out and this gets, tricky. So we're just trying to figure out a way to, to make sure we packed the arena. So, we looked at December. I think we come back in December. We're back at the Commerce. I think the second or third week of December. I got to look at the schedule. But this Resorts World fight, man. I mean, it's for us. It's really, really big. Resorts World, $4.3 billion, mega monster.
Yeah.
And we're coming in there. We're really excited for that partnership because, like you just said, they see the potential in us, right? And we got so many guys. I think it's probably our 5th or 6th guy in the last couple of months has gone to the UFC. And you know, we have the best talent around.
Yeah, and you have a lot of guys from the last card coming back on this one, which is a good way to see them again, like building the talent. The other thing I wanted to add, one more question I want to ask before I let you go was the Fubo Sports deal. I know you had mentioned it to me privately last time, and then you announced it not long after we spoke. I don't know, like how that came on your radar as a place to hold fight, because there was no fights there before, and you're technically the one bringing it there. And the thing that I don't know why I didn't mention it or in my article. I think I did mention it when I tweeted the article that I wrote about the announcement, but there's not a lot of places to watch MMA where you're not, you don't have to go through a paywall. Fubo Sports is almost like on everything.
Right.
So like, is that something you looked into when that happened? Because it's like there's not a lot of places to watch MMA without having to pay an underlying price.
Yeah, and that was more important to us, and that's why I really love that partnership and the people over at Fubo. And let me tell you one thing about them: they're bullish, man. They're going out acquiring companies, content. The subscriptions are flying high, and it just shows you with our last fight. I mean, out the gate at 209,000, viewers, and I think 351,000 streams. I mean, this thing is flying. And when I first met with them over a year ago, I just knew that was going to be our home. They have pretty much the same type of mindset as we do as far as growing. We want to grow. We want to be a force in this space, and we want to be a respectable organization. And the way to do that is by going to someone like Fubo that is just doing things out of the box. I love that they got out of the box, and they had this interactive thing coming up now soon here, which you'll be interactive with gambling and all kind of things through Fubo. I mean, there's going to be a lot here over the next 6 months that I really sometimes it's hard for me to sleep at night thinking of how many things we have in the works ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if I don't have to pay to watch it, I mean, that's why I'll be doing the live results again for this Lights Out 6 that's coming the end of this month. I don't know if there's anything else you want to plug before I let you go. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I love what you're doing there. That the Fubo Sports move, for me, in my opinion, is great. The floor is yours if there's anything else you need to plug.
No, that's it. Just if anybody want to watch us October 30th, we'll be on Fubo Sports. To come out to the fight at the Burbank Marriott. I think the doors open a little bit earlier at 5 o'clock. I believe UFC or somebody has something. They have something going on that day as well, but I think they're earlier.
Yeah.
So Burbank Marriott. You can find the tickets at lightsoutxf.com. And this is going to be big, man. This is we got 3 titles on the line, and these guys are coming to get after it.
Cool. And what you can always find out more information at mymmanews.com. And thank you again so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me as always.
Take care. Good luck with the event.
Okay. Appreciate it.